All right, guys, Troy Francis coming at you from San Juan in Puerto Rico on the beach. You need to be prepared to go against the grain if you're going to have an extraordinary life, okay? You need to be prepared to go against the grain, to do things differently, to go against the dictates of mainstream society, all right? It's essential. There's no way around it. Why is that? Because basically, mainstream society encourages you to be a normie, to be normal, okay? And I saw somebody doing a video recently and she said, you know, what is normal? Well, it's being overweight, it's being out of shape, it's being depressed, it's working a 9 to 5, etc., etc., etc. Insert your own cliches here. But it's true, isn't it? It is all of those things, all right? And there is this weird crabs in a bucket kind of mentality in a lot of society. And this is why the old thing about, you know, the 5 people that you surround yourself most with is a measure of your net worth, or will help you to get to where you want to be, or not, okay? And I always worry when I hear that, because the 5 people I surround myself with are complete nutters. But anyway, enough of that. No, more of that in another video. But yeah, you need to be prepared to go against the grain. And people around you will often try to discourage you from doing things that are actually going to make your life better, okay? They will discourage you on a micro level, okay? Just bring this back to dating. If you're friends with a group of guys and you've been friends with that group of guys since high school or whatever, and you're at the bar and you're known as, you know, the quiet one, the one who doesn't take action, the one who maybe isn't any good at dating, who, you know, never gets a girlfriend or whatever. If you suddenly say, hey, no, I'm going to go to the bar, I'm going to start approaching, and I'm going to, you know, I'm going to try and meet, you know, a woman who's interesting to me, I'm going to bring her into my life, you will probably find that the guys are going to ridicule you and they're going to try and push you down, okay? Why is that? Is that because they hate you, because they don't have your best interests at heart? Probably not, you know, but it's frightening for people to see somebody else leveling up. It's frightening for human beings to see other people making an effort, okay, trying something, right? You know, when I'm walking up and down the street making these videos, you know, you get a lot of people who are kind of supportive, people are interested, and they want to ask me about what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. But there's other people who may ridicule it, okay? Why is that? Well, because here's a guy who's out there doing something for himself that they probably wouldn't have the balls to do. I'm not saying it's some, you know, amazing feat of courage to talking to a camera, but you know what I'm saying. Like, they would feel the social pressure too much. And the easiest way for human beings to deal with something that they feel threatened by is to attack it and to ridicule it, okay? So if you're trying to level up in different areas of your life, you may feel that social pressure. I certainly felt it. I mean, yes, there's the thing about dating, and there's the fear that we all feel about approaching somebody we find attractive and wondering what the people are surrounding are going to think and whether they're going to ridicule us or whatever. So that's one thing. But I also felt social pressure or social fear in terms of working for myself, starting my own business, because there was always that fear of like, oh yeah, but if I try something, and then what happens if it goes wrong? What happens if it doesn't work? What happens if I fall flat on my face, okay? I'm going to be embarrassed. I'm going to feel bad. I'm going to feel ashamed of myself. It's going to be cringe or whatever, okay? The word cringe is one of the most debilitating and actually dangerous words in the English language, really, because what it does is it's a tool that allows other people to shut you down and to prevent you from doing things that may otherwise make your life better. It's a shaming tool that shuts down innovation, it shuts down motivation, it shuts down creativity, and it shuts down the ability to take a risk, okay? Because, oh no, it's cringe. Oh damn, well I better not do that, because otherwise these random people over here might think I'm cringe. And then you don't try, and so you don't get anywhere, okay? The only thing that is going to change your life in any way, whether this is in dating or career, finance, fitness, whatever, is doing some stuff, is taking some action, all right? And I never used to understand that, to be honest. When I was a younger guy, I used to think, well, look, I'm incredibly talented, I've got all this stuff going for me, I'm very intelligent, I'm very analytical, blah-de-blah-de-blah. I'm just going to sit here and drink, and at some point somebody's going to notice me and they're going to hand it to me they're going to give it to me and it's going to fall into my lap, you know, whatever success I wanted. And that's all I'm going to do. And guys are the same, actually, in dating, funnily enough. I mean, you know what the most usual dating strategy is for most men? It's basically just to sit there and hope that a girl chooses them, whether that's a woman in your social circle, or it's a woman at work, or it's a woman who goes to your gym. Most men, in effect, what their strategy is I'm going to sit around, do nothing, maybe get myself in shape, but that's about it. I'm not going to do anything proactive as far as meeting that woman's concerned, and I'm going to wait for her to pick me. And then when she doesn't pick him, then he complains and he starts going on Doomer comment threads, talking about how it's all about looks and how it's only if you're a 7'9" Chad you're going to get any traction in the dating marketplace whatsoever. Okay, and that's not a route that anybody sane wants to go down. Okay, so you need to do things against the grain. You need to start saying, okay, society, I understand that these are the things you want me to do. I understand that this is the box that you want me to remain in, but I'm not going to remain in that box. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do something different. Instead, I'm going to do things differently. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I recognize that the only way in which I am going to improve, you know, my odds in this world is by actually taking some action and doing some things. Okay, it really is that simple. You know, it really is that simple. You've got to be prepared to go against the grain, and sometimes you've got to be prepared to do things that are going to make you maybe unpopular, or it's going to open you up to ridicule, or it's going to somewhat make you a target, maybe even, you know? You've got to go against the grain of other people's expectations, because other people, for the most part, and again, you know, we come back to the 5 people that you surround yourself with. There are people out there who genuinely want you to do well. There are people out there who want you to be successful, and they will help you genuinely, not just pay lip service to it, they will genuinely help you in that endeavor. But in my experience, that's a minority of people. Other people may pay lip service to the fact that they want you to have success, they want you to, you know, get the things that you want to get and achieve the things you want to achieve in life, but they're not actually going to support you. And in fact, they're going to chip away at your confidence, they're going to chip away at your resolve, and covertly discourage you from doing the things that you need to do, from taking the action that you need to take. So you've got to be very careful about the people that you let in, but ultimately you've got to just recognize that a lot of this is you know, off your own back saying, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do the things the society wants me to do. I'm not going to live up to the expectations of society, which is really just this made up external body. It's not as if everybody here is all thinking exactly the same thoughts, all has exactly the same opinions anyway, right? I mean, people have multifarious hopes and desires and ambitions and perceptions, okay? So there is no consensus, all right? And you've got to understand that, and then you've got to say, even if I imagine there's a consensus, because a lot of this is in our heads anyway, I'm going to go against that consensus. I'm going to take a risk because I only get one life, and I want to live it in the way that I want to live it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this one. If you want to talk to me about your dating life, or indeed any other aspects of your life that you think I can help with, then drop me an email, troy@realtroyfrancis.com, or book a call on my calendar below on the calendar link. Please do hit subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys again very soon. Bye-bye.